So,
Me and Marcia are gonna go home really quick.
okay. Let's have an issue with the green screen and the mirroring. It's all weird. There we go. Blue one, right, fam? You got the blue one right here. It looks like kind of like your icon there, your profile right there. You know what I mean? And purple also, they made purple by accident. Purple, the food coloring or the coloring for purple is they're all petroleum based. They're all petroleum based. But remember when we ate this stuff, guys? Remember when they said I remember tripping. Did you ever remember like kind of thinking about the food coloring and looking at it like that's weird, dude, that we can eat this color. And you can make a color food dye out of like actual plants and stuff, but for some reason, this thing tripped me out. And I learned later they make them out of petroleum. So, but I wanted to jump on here just for a bit, you guys, just because I can go live now, and I just wanted to put this one on blast. I know that my content's not being seen. If you want to see my content, I mean, I'm putting out multiple videos a day. You're going to have to go to my page. They're not going to push it out much on many For You pages. I mean, I'm only getting handfuls of views. I guess I'm shadow banned or whatever they want to do. As a kid, you want to dye the hot dog blue, right? I mean, why not, fam? You know what I mean? You're told you're good to go. You're told that this is healthy. You know what I mean? You're told to eat this up and that it's good for you. And then we learn what the hell is it because we're having all these problems. And then we learn that it's petroleum. And then, we learn about the rest of the food. It goes on and on. Blue dye is the worst. It's one of the worst. They're actually all the worst. Matter of fact, each one of these, fam, check it out. They're all the same. You know what I mean? They're all made from petroleum. They're all made from petroleum. So it doesn't really, you know what I mean? Like people trip on the red 40. Bro, the yellow 40 is just as bad. Like it's all literally the same stuff. And then it goes on and on with the ingredients, you guys. They're petroleum driven. It goes on and on. I can't say a whole lot. You know what I mean? But I can say what the truth is, and there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. No dye household, that's good. It is hard. It's everywhere, right? Stay away from dyes. Stay away from processed carbohydrates and refined sugars and refined and processed carbohydrates. You know what I'm saying? Those are the main culprits, guys. We have to see what the worst things are, and we got to narrow them down. You know what I'm saying? We got to narrow it down. Yeah, the kid gets angry and emotional. You should, Sarah, if you haven't seen my video I posted recently, I'm sure you have it just dropped into my live. I see you got some. Looks like you create content. That's awesome. If you didn't see the video I just posted about breaking down what this is, and I showed a story of the kid that was able to pinpoint the issues he was having with these dyes. You know what I'm saying? What's up, man? If you're trying to join in on my live, fam, you're more than welcome. If that was my boy right there, the awake rapper, he's got some cool content. I don't remember his name. There's a lot of creators that I follow. Pretty much everybody that I follow on my page, I really try to do like mutual like-minded people that I follow. You know what I mean? So if you guys want to find the right kind of content creators, or who I follow, obviously you should be able to go and see who I follow. I don't think it's privatized. Red 40 sets off tinnitus. Yeah, I mean that's one of many things. That was fun. Right on, Sarah. Definitely check it out. Definitely share it if you can. Please share the content. Share this stuff, you guys, because it's important. Like, there's people still feeding their kids these dyes. Like, why? Why? It's 2023. We all are knowing or learning at least that these things are they're synthetic, and there's no question. It blows my mind because there's no question to it, and I can prove it every single time. So it's like, if you know that these things are poison and you're still using it, then what are you doing? You know what I mean? You were in the live when we were talking about the people at the FEMA camps at Walmart. That's what's up. Hey, your son is allergic to red dye, man. Guess what? We all are. We're all allergic to eating petroleum. You know what I mean? We should have allergies. Our body should be telling us that there's something wrong because we're putting in something that doesn't belong. It does not belong in our food, right, William? Right when I said that. Let's look. I mean, go straight to the source. Go to your government or your organization's websites, and they tell you straight up. You know what I mean? There's no questioning this stuff. So it's like, why are we still doing it? Why is there still millions and millions of people eating colorful foods? You know what I'm saying? Like, why are we still eating packaged colorful foods? And at the very least, the kids. Oh, the kids are young. They're good to go because they're young. They can do it. Just so happens that eating petroleum or consuming it, has a Prop 65 warning. No big deal. They say everything's Prop 65 over there. You know what I'm saying? Let me pull up my other one. So right here on the government's biotech website, they tell you plain as day they're made from petroleum. They don't even, usually they throw in code words. You know what I mean? They'll have different types of acronyms that they use, to describe these toxins. But these people are just straight up dropping it. Government. I mean, what more do you need to see? It's right here. It's on there. This is the prime example. You know what I'm saying, you guys? This is it. And then they even talk about how it's so they appeal more, and so they taste more and they get hooked more. Petroleum jelly. Yeah, we put that stuff right up inside of you. You're putting in crude oil. What food am I talking about, Renee? I'm talking about these dyes, fam. These synthetic dyes. Let's look further, because this TikTok, it doesn't let me focus in on this as well as I like to, with the way that they pull up my slides. Here's another one. They straight up tell you. They straight up tell you. Like, I don't even have to do anything. Right here, guys. You know what I mean? There should be 10 million on this live right now. Not 10. To just see this. I mean, who is actually just pointing this out? It's made from petroleum for the enhancement of color of food, because the food don't have color because it's synthetic. So they have to synthesize the color with synthetics. So you have synthetic food being synthetically colored, and then it goes right down everyone's throat. It goes right into the children. You saw the invite. That's what's up. I think TikTok's trying to notify some of my followers for me. I always try to share it and notify people as well. But I'm only going to be on here for probably another 10 minutes, guys. 5-10 minutes. So let's get some truth out there while we can. You know what I mean? Personally, I just did a 2-day fast, almost 2 day, and I'm going back on another. I'm going to try to go for a 3-day now. I went and, broke my fast, and I usually overeat. You know what I mean? When I break my fast, I can't just eat a teeny bit of food and just walk off, and that's what a discipline that I'm personally working on. I think we all have our own disciplines. We all have our own ways to health. We have to find our own ways, and that's why I focus more on the things you should avoid than the things we should. I don't glorify the food. You know what I mean? Because I truly believe most of this stuff just really ain't real. It just really ain't good. And, most of it's sugar and turns to sugar, which turns into all the problems we have. It's the sugar. And the sugar feeds the C word. It feeds parasites. It feeds disease. It feeds diabetes. It feeds every single thing, fam. It destroys the nerves, the sugar. You know what I mean? And it's like, hey, you can avoid table sugar. You can avoid eating sweets, but all the food turns to sugar. Unless you're eating a salad or, some wild meat, it all turns to sugar in the body. Is that a coincidence or what? If you go keto, you'll learn. You'll learn what turns to sugar because you'll learn to look at the carbs you intake. We're all taking in too many refined carbs. You've been on the journey for 10 years and still can't figure out what to eat. I'm there with you, fam. You know what I mean? My food list that I eat off of is so small. My food, the foods that I put in my body, it's very small. And the key is the fasting for me. And then avoiding the worst things. Avoiding the worst of what you can, and try to completely just fast from it. We got to fast from more than just food. We got to fast from negativity, fast from media, fast from social media. We got to fast from negative people. We got to fast from being a consumer. There's so many things out there to gobble us up. The daughter went keto, then if she did it right and she went clean, then she's doing well. I'm gonna tell you right now. Now, is keto a perfect thing? No. You can do it very wrong, but the idea is to run the body off ketones and to fast as much as you can. Thank you for the gifts, bro. I appreciate you, fitness. I'll follow you up too. Thank you, Kimmy, for dropping in as well. But yeah, guys, I just wanted to jump on here for a little bit just to start getting my page back into the algorithms and to get out there into the notifications because they completely cut my stuff down. Your daughter is full plant-based. Renee, your daughter is a lot like me. I am like a refined version of, vegan mostly, 99.9%. And then keto mixed in there. So I'm kind of like, I do like kind of Dr. Sebi's protocol with ketosis. I'm practicing fasting in there. I'm trying to get my body to run off fats instead of glucose. And people try hating on keto. People try saying this or that. I don't give a dang who you are. You want the body to run off of ketones, not glucose. If you're running off glucose, you're running off of a synthetic fuel. Our bodies never were designed to run off glucose. We never really had that much glucose until they started refining and making all these foods and altering all of these fruits. That's when the sugars went up through the roof, and then all of this disease came in, and all of a sudden we were wondering what's going on. So just keep in mind, you guys, you want the body to run off of the ketones. You don't want the body running on glucose. My thoughts on whole grains, fam, avoid them. And there's levels to the grains. You know, the glyphosate soaked wheat is the worst, where they bleach it and they soak it in glyphosate. All of that, that's the worst grains, right? However, because we have overeaten these grains and we have overeaten these refined carbohydrates, it's destroying the gut lining. It is destroying the metabolism. It's destroying the microbiome in your body. It is breaking down, because it's kind of like eating sawdust. It's like eating crushed up salty sawdust. So think of what that does to the gut. You know what I'm saying? So is there other whole grains that are alkaline that you could say are healthier? Yes. But if you're already insulin sensitive and your gut is already devastated, dude, eating the other types of grains, they're still going to be hard on you. You know, why are the grains so hard on animals? Because the grains, they don't eat grain. The dogs, they're fed all these grains. The animals, they're fed all these wheat in their food, but they never ever would have ate wheat. Dogs would never just go to a wheat field and pass up on some raw meat and just start eating wheat for their diet. That's why it causes allergies and it causes sickness in these animals, and then they're off to the vet, just like we go off to the you-know-who. Think about it, man. They're getting the dogs and cats just like they're getting us. Literally. Literally, fam. The fruits and veggies don't taste anymore. That's another fact. Were you the one that said Monster had bull stomach? Yeah, Monster has bull testicle. The taurine can come from bull testicle. Nuts, pecans, almonds, those are all extremely hard on the gut. You can eat them to get you by, you know what I mean? Just always keep in mind, guys, think about how hard a nut is and how hard it would be for the stomach to digest that. So if that nut isn't crushed up into a fine paste, it's going to be very hard on the gut. And like I said, our guts are already so inflamed. Our guts are so sensitive. We're always having gas. You know, we're always bloated, and we'll look twice as fat as we are just because of our bloating, and that's inflammation in the gut, fam. You know what I mean? That's your gut microbiome being whacked out and being overtaxed and not being able to catch up to the poisons that we're putting up into it. Is the earth overpopulated, yes or no? That's a great question, man. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Are your cities overpopulated, that they're cramming you into your 15-minute cities? Sure. But as far as the world, hell no. We're designed to procreate, man. We're designed to just keep having kids. We should have our own villages. You know what I mean? And that should be the job, is just to be around with the village, with the fam. That should be what we're doing, not walking into these matrix bot establishments and working for these fake entities. You know what I mean? We should be raising a village, man. You should have your own. We should all have our own village, and you can take all of the people on the earth and put them in Texas, and each person would have, like, I think it's like, I don't remember, 30 acres of land or something like that. That's everybody in the world. So when they say, "Oh, we need to lower population," blah blah blah, blah, dude, that it's all just nuance. My dog and I came up for salmon omelets. That's what's up. That's a lot better than wheat, spinach, and salads. Watch out for spinach, Renee. Spinach is actually a man-made hybrid plant, and spinach is very high in oxalates. So if you don't cook down spinach, it can cause kidney stones. And I don't vibe spinach at all, to be quite honest. But it's just to each their own, and there's levels to these things. Is eating a can of spinach better? Don't eat a can of spinach. But is eating some spinach better than wheat? Yes. But then you learn, Popeye, how he pushed that spinach out of the can, bro. That's a can full of carcinogens with the hybrid plant, and it is very high in oxalates. So the homie probably eventually had some kidney stones, because that spinach will cause that. Thoughts on the Celtic salt and Manuka honey? You know what, man? The Celtic salt, it's all right. It's, you know, some of it's high in lead, some isn't. But I know that it's more mineral based. It's definitely better than pink salt. Manuka honey is definitely better than standard honey. But also, Manuka honey comes from hybrid bees, and Manuka honey is still equal to sugar on the glycemic index. That means that it will raise your insulin. So if you're consuming a lot of it, or you're having it throughout the day, then you're technically running on that glucose all day. So you're not fully ever going to switch into ketosis and start burning off some fat. You'll be running on glucose. You know, sometimes you'll tap in and you'll go back and forth between glucose and ketosis. And you can get some fat burning in there, but then, you know, a lot of people come back and then they're running on glucose again because they consumed a bunch of glucose. Two foods that you should eliminate today, fam. If we're talking foods or are we talking ingredients, you know what I mean. If I don't know what you eat, you know, pizza would be one, and I love pizza. Don't get me wrong, but pizza is one of the worst things in the world. And Chinese food. If I had to say two things to the people in the Matrix that are getting trashed by this stuff, those two things are devastating your microbiome. They're devastating your blood sugars, fam. They're devastating your blood sugars, man. You're eating over 100 carbs per serving. Dude, we would never, ever, ever do that in nature. We would never find that many carbs in nature and consume it. It's astronomical. It's so foreign to the human body. It's literally alien to the human body. The body doesn't recognize this stuff. Moringa's great, fam. Drink an organic loose leaf moringa tea, and you'll be vibing high. See, Renee, you know the hybrids. So asparagus, broccoli, and Brussels sprouts, unfortunately, are hybrids. But are they better than eating, you know, highly processed foods? Yes, they are. That's why I say there's levels, and I've been through them all, unfortunately. And I want to have those plants, but I don't vibe with plants that they make and grow in the ground. You know what I mean? Humans, goofball, monkeys aren't fishing. What about the H3O? That's another one, man. I can go on and on here. The H3O2, so we need both. We need some kind of spring water because we can get the H3O2 from plants, but and it can hydrate you, but the mineral in the spring water is required, guys. I hate to tell you that. We do need to have a little bit of H2O, they call it. It's not all the same. H2O is not all created equally. You can't go drink some tap water, H2O, and compare that to getting water out of a spring. Don't tell me that that water that comes out of a spring that we drink is not significant, because it is. People who say just drink juice, drink fruit juice, you're just drinking sugar, because most fruit juice is sugar. There's no fiber in fruit juice. So you're just drinking sugar all day. So should you eat plants that have fiber and H3O2? Yes. That is, you know, your higher, your lower glycemic, like berries. And, you know, you get your leafy greens, you're getting H3O2 from veggies too. No one talks about veggies really. You know, they're saying eat fruit, and fruit is sugar. You know, not all of it is created equal, but a lot of it is turning into sugar in the blood. Kombucha and kefir, I don't vibe either of those. Kombucha is made with alcohol and or sugar, and also the kefir is just it's a trash milk product in my opinion. I don't mess with dairy anymore, and if I do mess with dairy, I can show you guys what happens to me when I mess with dairy. I break out. I get these huge boils. I actually have a little teeny breakout here from accidentally consuming a little dairy a while ago, and it's still pushing out of my body. And it was hidden in something I had eaten and I didn't know. And I learned when I got infection, when it started pushing the mucus that out of my body. And every time I consume dairy, I get a gnarly infection, and it's because my body's done with it. Like, it's trying to reject it and it's trying to push it out of my skin. It's probably because I've destroyed my gut, and so it's going right into the bloodstream and pushing out of the skin. How long should you fast to lose weight? Start off small, start off intermittent fasting, and then go up from there. You guys download the app. It's called Zero. It's a free app to help you fast. CMOS, that's right. I'm always going to preach CMOS, guys, until I learn further. But right now, CMOS is one of the best ways to get your mineral. Isn't the spring water contaminated from the air? No, because it comes from the air, guys, and then it goes into the sediment of the earth. And luckily, all of the earth isn't poisoned as much yet, so it's going through these layers and layers of minerals and or sediment in the earth, and it's cleaning this water. It's bringing life to it, and it's electrolyting. It's electrifying this water with electrolytes and trace minerals that we require, fam. These trace minerals we get from a spring water. Okay? So even if this water is toxic in the sky, the earth is so amazing. It is cleaning and purifying our water for us. We do not use machines to do this because you cannot bring life to water, or you cannot bring mineral and trace mineral and electrolytes to water without it. You can't do that synthetically. It's got to be from the earth, okay? Or else it's not going to assimilate with the human body. Man keeps trying to play God. Man keeps trying to replicate the earth and all that, which is great, but you can't. And they know that. The thoughts on the breathing and sun, I'm still messing with this, and I'm trying really hard to get close to this. I'm really trying to believe this, and I'm going to start practicing it more and more. I really do think that we don't need this food. This food's a supplement, and we eat light, and we drink the moisture in the air, and our cells they release water to hydrate us as well. So, if you think of the big picture and how they could have set this all up, think about how food could be a setup. Just eating all the way we do, that could have all been a setup, fam. You know what I mean? Because why are we eating? We're eating food for energy, and we're learning that there's other ways for the human body to take and to earn energy, and that is, through the sun and the earth and grounding, right? Breath work, meditation, and just awareness. Being aware of what it is. If you don't know and believe what you're doing is doing any good for you, then it ain't gonna work. Because it's all about the placebo. It's all about belief, right? So if you believe, hey, this sun is healing me, and you're out in the sun and you're vibing it, guess what? It's gonna heal you. But if you're out there, oh my God, you're lathering on the sunblock, you're telling yourself and your kids the sun is destroying you, stay away from it, run away from the sun, it's gonna kill you, then guess what the mind believes? It believes that. So of course it's not gonna do its job because you're having the placebo effect in there, and it's a trick. You know what I mean? It's all a trick. Appreciate you guys on the likes and all that. I do. Yeah, that's also another great point. This Chinese food, I know this too. The food in Chinese food in America, it's not real. They made that up. They don't even eat that crap in China because they're smart. Thanks for clearing that up. You ground your feet at least 2 hours a day. That's amazing discipline, fam. Keep doing that. I sleep on a grounding mat and I try to fast as much as I can as well. So good job. You can fast for 2 weeks. That's amazing. No elimination, no loss of minerals. I believe it. I believe that. Especially if you're not just chugging like a bunch of like distilled water, wiping your mineral out. You're hooked on fasting, gets you high on the endorphins. That's amazing, man. That's awesome. I love to hear that, and keep it up because you're gonna keep, you're gonna keep prospering from it, man. The McDonald's we all grew up on, yeah, fam. That was one of the main. The sun is healthy in small doses. The sun is healthy in as much doses as we can get in North America. Get all the sun you can. All I do is I'm out in the sun, for real. So we're learning more and more, that these things are all lies, man. It's like opposite out here. It's literally the opposite world. So go check out my last posted video as well, guys, on how the sun and how the food affects the way that you absorb the sun, which I've been telling people, and I've been saying this, that the diet plays a huge role in the sun. They've done studies on this when they're allowed to. How do you get the copper wire? So I just used my ground on my outlet, and I plug in a grounding mat, and it's essentially literally the exact same thing. It's literally grounded to the earth, and I am in the ground, and you can test it for a ground. So that's what's up. Would I buy a water oxygen infusion machine? Nah, man. No, I would rather go over to the. I'd rather go over to the spring. Sorry, there's kids all around me. I gotta call it here. This is just like a side job. Is mostly I'm just fathering the whole neighborhood. Vacations, this feet in the sand, in the water, fresh food. There you go. There you go. You're on the vibe, fam. So that's really what it comes down to, is going back to nature. The simple things are the best in life, man. Have I seen the military deploying in cities? Yes, I have. I've been seeing a ton of that, man. I've been seeing a ton of that. Kimmy, the raw goat's milk. You know, if my kid was in breastfeeding and the mother was incapacitated, I would be looking for a supplement such as some kind of a goat's milk or something like that, something out in nature, something that, you know, I could try to supplement my child. But other than that, I would not recommend it for adults. We actually don't digest milk as adults because we're only designed to digest while we're babies, that milk. So actually, the whole milk thing was another facade. You're 63, laid out literally 8 hours a day, but wrinkles do happen. Yeah. And like I say, the diet is going to play a huge role. If you're laying out there in the sun, you know, some people, they get tan, but then they have these kind of weird looking adverse, you know, effects. So just be mindful that the diet plays a huge role in that. What's up, Third Eye, bro? Nice to see you, man. Thanks for cruising in here. What's the thought on the ultraviolet light? I don't vibe it. I don't vibe it, man, because they're making this light and you can't replicate the sun. People grow their plants and their fake hybrid plants under UV lights and they consume them into their human bodies. Think of what these plants are thriving in, what they are. They are the light that they take in. So it's a miracle that they can even get plants to grow under lights. But I'm going to tell you right now that you are what you eat. And if they are eating synthetic light, then you are eating synthetic light. And when we eat food, we eat the photons, guys. We're eating the photons. Why do you think that the wildebeest can go miles and miles across the land and you know, giant herds, and all they do is eat grass? Grass is like one of the least nutritious things you can possibly eat, but yet they're thriving on this grass. It's because they're eating photons. There's quadrillions of photons in one blade of grass. So you're eating that light. So be mindful of the light you eat. Are you eating synthetic lights or are you eating real sunlight? Freckles and dark spots. That's all right. You know what I mean? Just be mindful of it. Use your discernment. In Vancouver, we have the UV street lights. Yep. Those things they're counteracting with the stabs. You know what I mean? This stuff gets crazy. Do I have cheat meals with fast food? Never. Tanner, I just don't, because I don't vibe it, man. And I do try to consider my body more of a temple in my own ways. And I haven't ate fast food in like 3 years. Because it's just, you know, it's like, why cheat or why put something through me that I've learned just destroys me. And it's going to spike my insulin. I had so many scares with my health that I ran from that shit. Horses eat pure light. I love that. How so? How do they eat pure light? Having melatonin is a plus or a negative in your opinion? Oh, melatonin is without a doubt so real. Grass, right. Yep, they're eating light. Yep, all these animals out here that eat grass, they're just eating light. They're eating photons, man. They're eating photon energy. They're getting energy from the light that's translated into that plant. That's why I vibe so high with plants. That's why I vibe so high with. That's why I don't trip out on, you know, if I'm getting vitamin D or not in my diet. That's why I'm not taking the rodenticides as vitamin D, because I know I'm consuming vitamin D from these plants. Mama, I appreciate you, fam. Definitely, I'm glad I can help y'all. But for now, you guys, I got a very busy day ahead of me, and I'm trying to practice some discipline also because I'm so all or none. I either go on a 12-hour live or I don't go live. I'm trying to get, same thing with food. I'm trying to get the moderation in there, of the good things. Don't moderate bad things, but moderate the things that you value. You know what I'm saying? Moderation can be something that can wipe you out, or it can be something that saves your life. You have to use moderation wisely. Don't moderate drinking alcohol all night. You know what I mean? Moderate how long you watch Netflix, or if you need that Netflix for an hour, do it, but moderate it. You know what I mean? Or the food, it goes on and on. You bought some alpha sprouts today. They're so good. That's what's up. Do I eat grass-fed meats? Not really. I eat sometimes if I get a wild fish when I'm fishing, in my local, where I know it's clean, I will eat some fish, and bless that fish and all of that. Otherwise, I don't really mess a whole lot with meat just because it's a lot of work, and it's a third party source. It's really a, if you think of it, it is a, um, you're getting a second hand energy. You're getting, why not go to the source? If you're eating animals, why not eat what they eat? Because you're just eating what they ate. So why not skip past and go straight to the straight nutrition? Because you're just, eating muscle meat. It doesn't really prove to do anything more than just eating the protein, the plants that they make the muscle with. Mom used to say all good things are in moderation, usually while drinking the red wine, right? And there's truth to it. That's what makes it so convoluted, and that's what makes it so tricky, because there is truth to it. You can get away with smoking 2 cigs a day and live a lot longer than somebody who smokes 2 packs. However, that doesn't make it healthy to smoke 2 cigs a day. You know what I mean? But can you say, oh, moderate, something a lot better, like drinking spring water? Like, don't drink a gallon, in an hour. You need to moderate it. It's all about mindset. That's right. And the antibiotics, yeah. But on that note, thank you guys for getting me up. Looks like just for this short time, you got me up around 7,500 likes. So I appreciate you guys for pushing out my live. Like I said, I'm trying to reestablish my lives. I'm trying to come in and out as much as I can. So yeah, don't be drinking the spirits, right? Good job, you guys. Just learning what these things really are. It doesn't matter what they tell us. It doesn't matter if it's normalized. We got to say it as it is. Just like smoking cigarettes, they normalized cigarettes. They told us it was healthy. They told us to go to the doctor's offices and smoke cigarettes. And then we learned that the cigarettes are getting you. So you got to say it like it is. And unfortunately, that's how this alcohol is, fam. The alcohol is not good. And it is fermentation. It's dead plants. You know what I mean? And it does open you into the spirit world, and it is called spirits for a reason. So just keep that in mind, guys. And I hope you guys have a good one. I appreciate you. Thank you for rolling with me. Thank you, 9Ether. Appreciate you, man. I'll follow you up too. Let me see here. All you guys that vibe with me, I always try to follow you guys back. You know, just because I love connecting with you guys. And I like to, keep the good vibes going. So you guys definitely, hopefully I'll see you again soon, man. Hey, you stay safe too, buddy. I appreciate you guys. Later on, man.